Okay, can you guys actually hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes,
Okay, good. Sorry, I apparently didn't plug in the microphone, so my bad.
cute.
that's okay. What's going on?
Not too much.
Nothing much really. Just
No, just another day.
yeah. I mean, it's the first day in a week and a half where I didn't have to come home and fix my dryer closet.
Love
How
it.
is it going? How's the
It's
new
all
machine?
it's all done. It's working beautifully. I'll send you a picture. It like we finished we repainted I showed you the finished cabinet, right? Where I showed you what it like we put the sheetrock up and the little door on the top. So now
Uh-huh.
we built a shelf out of plyboard and pallet wood, stained it. There's a shelf in there, a light.
That's so nice.
It looks legit now. It actually looks really nice.
I want to see it.
I'll send you a picture when we're done because I don't think I actually have one saved in my phone.
Okay.
Jude was taking all the pictures.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see.
You guys always do such like handy little projects in your house.
Yeah, too many. We're always doing a damn project. This house is falling apart.
Oh, love it houses. They're old as shit.
Yep. Uh, how's your week been, guys?
I don't even know. I feel like it's like a what year is it week, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100. We were talking about this at work. This was I feel like also I didn't sleep almost the beginning half of this week, but that aside, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was a whole year.
I mean, I feel like I have
Really?
in 11 months, so
Is it like, is it, do you feel like it's all of a sudden catching up?
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because of like the miles are piling on now too, so it's like the combo of I'm actually working out like a marathon amount and
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm not sleeping like I should be. Like,
Yeah.
let's see
Better do it.
this week.
Yeah.
I'm getting like 5 or 6 hours of sleep at night. Like a good night is when I almost hit 7.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? I,
I
I,
can't
I
imagine.
strive for 5.
The thing is, I've always been a person that sleeps like 8 to 10 hours a
I
night.
know you've always
Mhm.
been like a really good sleeper.
Yeah, like I'm not a does well on minimum amount of sleep person.
Yeah. Well, I'm not either, but that's why I'm just like permanently like a raging bitch.
Yeah, so I just haven't like hit my stride with it, and I feel like I'm like I don't think I'm injured. I've always had hip flexor issues like as long as I've been
Yeah.
running. Like that's something that pops up every single time I start marathon training, and like I definitely had been doing some mobility, but I wasn't doing a good job of like warm-ups and cool downs because most time I get back from my runs and it's like the baby is waiting for me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it just definitely caught up to me this week.
And
Yeah.
I think that the point that we're in training is
Hmm.
this is where you're gonna start. I feel like you're gonna start to adapt to it, hopefully, because we're at that point where we've been training for 10 weeks. We're at that almost halfway point, basically.
Yeah. Like,
We should say when you say we've been training for 10 weeks, welcome to episode 10 of the DNS runners.
oh my
Good.
God, double digits.
Good
Look at
throw,
us.
man. Good tie-in.
We have 11
I cannot believe, I can't believe that we're hitting like almost in a double digit training week already.
It's insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But now
It's
that we're
insane.
here, woo, those
Yeah.
long runs are long and aren't they?
I'm just happy for one to not be in like an armpit of humidity.
I don't think it's supposed to be bad this
You know
weekend.
what? I have to say, this morning was the most beautiful morning of my whole life.
Yeah.
When I went this morning, I was like, damn, I wish I could go for a run this morning.
Yeah, that
God,
was
it
me
was,
while we had at the preschool, we did playground at 9 o'clock this morning, and I was like, I wish I was running right now. It
almost
was
like
so
felt like,
nice.
it felt like that first day between winter and because we don't get spring really anymore. So it felt like that little window of spring we get.
Yeah, that's what it felt like
you
this morning.
know, where it's just like there's no humidity, there's a breeze, you can breathe. It was wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was great. Actually, when I showed up to my run, Ken was like, "You wanted fall. This is what you get." Like, because we were
Honestly,
like chilly for a
probably
minute.
perfect.
Yeah.
Because I also
Yeah.
wish I was running this morning, but I looked at the weather and tomorrow morning is supposed to be like like high 60s up until about
It's
8
so
o'clock. So I'm like,
beautiful.
I think I'm gonna do my long run tomorrow morning instead of Sunday, and then I'll just sleep in Sunday.
Where
That's so
are you
nice.
gonna stay locally or are you gonna go somewhere you think?
I'm probably gonna go to the preserve because I haven't done like any of these 12 milers at the preserve. I only did my 10 miler there.
We have 14,
Okay.
right?
We have 14 this weekend, so I'm gonna rally myself and head out to the preserve. Make sure to bring a pair of
Right.
headphones that stay in my ear because I'll listen to my audiobook.
Mhm.
I wish I was going to be there. I'm going to SUNY Old Westbury,
Fun.
which like I'm not super stoked about, but like because I don't like running there. Kelly can vouch for you. When we did
Oh,
it
it
in
sucks there.
2021, I hated it. Um, but I was like worried about not getting any hill work in because
New York right after Chicago.
Yep,
yeah,
I'm like Chicago's flat, but you're doing New York after.
yeah. And I was like, I just said to Ken the other day, I was like, what do I do? Like, how do I handle, first of all, it's a less than a month apart. I'm like, but I'm like so focused on flat right now. I'm like, I'm worried about like dying in New York. And he was like, um, you have the option of running hills on the weekends. You just don't take it. I was like,
Yeah, because
Called out.
just because it's flat doesn't mean you can't
"Whoops."
run hills. It can't make it any worse, you know?
Right. Right. Yeah. So I figured out
So
like I could like rotate between like a long run on the hills at SUNY Westbury and then follow it by like a flat at Bethpage, you know, like so I'm not
yeah,
overdoing one and or neglecting another.
Makes sense.
okay.
Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do this weekend. My whole concern is that I'm gonna tweak my hip more than it already is tweaked, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm at the point where so I thankfully have a standing desk at work. So I've spent a lot of time the last few days standing, but if I'm sitting for more than 30, 45 minutes, like I'm starting to be in pain. I'm sleeping and I'm in pain. And it's one of those things where if I change the position, it alleviates it a ton, which is why I'm like, this is my stupid freaking hip flexor being a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but and like I felt fine when we did the track workout this week, but I finished the workout and like as soon as I went into a walking stride, I was like, oh, that sucks.
Mm,
So I haven't run again since Tuesday because of that. Like I did strength training 2 days in a row,
yeah.
like 40 minutes each day, so that was good. But it was like split between like mobility and strength. And then
Yeah.
today I just did a little Peloton ride, and tomorrow I'm almost like maybe I just do like an hour-long Peloton ride and then see where I'm at Sunday, you know?
Yeah, and like just if you feel like the Peloton is like not causing the pain, you can always do
So
the Peloton for now and like continue to, you know,
Do
the
cardio
bike is
between
going
like
to give
the
you
bike
endurance too.
training. Yeah.
yeah, what sucks is that I built into my training a week off, not this coming week, but the week after. Like I'm not doing a long run next weekend because I'm gonna be away. So it just sucks the timing of it of like if I don't long run this weekend, I won't be long running for 2 weeks, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could also adjust it where you're like, take a couple days right now, don't run,
Yeah.
and then maybe go out. I mean, I know it's annoying because you work, but like maybe go out for a longer run midweek.
Yeah, I might try to do that. My dad is always saying that I can always drop the baby off earlier if I need to go out on a weekday. You know, I could even leave my house early and when if the baby's not up and Dennis can take him to my parents' house and figure it out from there.
Yeah,
We'll see. We will see.
yeah,
But it's also just like because the flight is so long, you know, in California it's 5, 6 hour flight. I'm
Mhm.
nervous about sitting for that long.
yeah.
You know? So
That's
I
yeah.
got an acupuncture appointment. I'm hoping that that helps. Normally that does help when I have stuff like this going on. I, at the very least, know that Vanessa won't let me leave in pain. Like if it still hurts, she's
Yeah,
gonna
it's true.
sit back down.
very thorough.
So that's something.
Okay.
That's my whining of the day.
You're not whining. It's a worry if you're allowed to have those.
I just am like this stupid fucking hip.
I mean, if it's any consolation, I haven't run since Tuesday either.
Okay, I mean it makes
So,
me feel a little better.
yeah, I was gonna do my time yesterday, but I was like I said, this week has been a year. So I was like, I'm gonna take the time to rest. We went to the movies, we relaxed. I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
What did you see?
Inside Out 2.
How
How
was it?
was it?
I cried twice.
Was
Oh,
it? I
It
have to
was
take Bryce. That's
I
like one
felt
of our
seen.
favorite
I
Pixars.
felt seen in that movie,
aw.
truthfully. Like there was a few points where I was like, oh, okay.
I have to take him. We love that movie so much.
It was done so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to know. I have to make like a movie night with him. He's always asking, and I'm always like, I can't go right now because I can't eat popcorn or chew on like chewy candy. Like, what
Aw.
am I gonna do? I was like, the day my braces come off, we're gonna go get
Aw.
everything at the movie the,
Concession
the
stand.
concession stand, and we'll see a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were how were your long runs last weekend?
I'll start. Hi. Oh, so Saturday we went to Hershey Park. We drove up.
Oh
We
yeah.
drove. What?
I know. I said, oh yeah.
I thought you said where. I'm like Hershey. I just said it. I was like, Katie, come on.
Haven't you heard of it? Just chocolate?
So we drove down Friday night, stayed at our hotel, and then got up, went to the park Saturday. Um, I conked out Saturday night. We were in the park. We were on rides, passed out Saturday night. I did set my alarm early because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get up early. I don't trust myself to go to the preserve to do these 12 miles because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do 12 miles today. I was dog tired from the park and driving for being in the car for 4 hours to get home. I didn't even drive. Jude drove because he likes driving and I don't, so it works out really nice. But so I still ended up waking up early, but I went on the treadmill and I did 12 miles. I managed to do it. It wasn't my best showing, but I did it and I came back inside and I went back to sleep for another hour.
So nice.
So that was my little trade-off was I didn't plan on doing the treadmill. I intended to go out, but with Bethpage, it's out and back. I didn't want to strand myself out if I wasn't okay after 7 or 8 miles and just be stuck,
Mm.
you know?
Mhm.
I erred on
Makes
the side
sense.
of caution and I survived.
Good job. Way to go.
Thanks.
Cal?
I got up on so I wound up running like Friday, Saturday, Sunday last week just with how it worked out. So I actually did 3 days in a row of running, which felt like a big deal to me.
That is a big deal.
Dopey. Okay, Dopey.
And I felt good, but
Okay,
I got up Sunday morning early and in the 45 minutes it took me to get out the door, the baby was also up and I was like, am I gonna go? Should I not go? Am I gonna go? But I had already taken caffeinated gel and I was like, I'm just gonna go. So I went. I got out the door at like 6:30 and Dennis hung out with the baby and it was hot and slow. I feel like all my long runs are so slow. Like
Mhm.
literally my runs Friday and Saturday were like a minute and 30 seconds faster than my long run. And it's not even like I'm starting my long runs fast and getting slower. I'm just like so like I'm just going out for the miles that it just really is truly a party pace. And I'm like, I hope as it gets not so hot, I can
Yeah.
pick it up a little bit, but I don't know what it is about the long runs. Like I just have
You
no
don't need to pick it up for the long runs.
I
That's not what it's
know.
there for.
I just get so in my head about it, you know?
Yeah.
I
Because
know.
I'm running like a minute and a half slower than my goal marathon pace, or not a minute and a half, a minute ish. And it
Mhm.
just sometimes just feels like I'm like, is it gonna be okay?
Well, just keep in mind that like after I had Carolina, I ran my training runs 1.5 to 2.5 minutes pace per mile slower than my marathon pace.
Fair.
Like your long run should never mimic your
No,
marathon.
I think it's that like I go back to like my first few marathons where I did not know about different types of runs, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I did my long runs at the paces that I was trying to hit most of the time.
Too.
And I often did not keep those paces for a whole marathon. And that's why I get in my head of like, damn, if I'm struggling to be at like almost a 12-minute mile right now, how am I gonna run twice as far faster than this? You know?
Yeah.
Like,
But I get it. I'm not trying to like school you, but you also
No.
did just say you ran Thursday and Friday. So you're going to be tired, like more tired before you go
No,
out
you're
for your long
absolutely
run.
right.
Yeah.
I just miss seeing paces that feel fast, you know?
Yep.
I miss it.
Yeah, I get it.
I feel like that's part of why I've been enjoying track workouts so much because while the whole thing might not be fast, it's like nice to see like, oh look, I can do these little efforts.
It's so
Yeah.
fun. It's so fun to be able to be like, I can still do some of this shit.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
What about you, Katie? How was your long run?
I have to say last weekend's long run sucked a
Oh
giant dung.
no.
I was not into it. I think I went Sunday I went to Bethpage State Park and I met Ken and Jason and Danielle, and we all had to run between like 9 or 10 miles. I was so tired. Like I was just so tired. And like I hit my breaking point with the heat where I was just like, I don't want to be outside anymore. Like I don't want to be in this humidity. I wanted nothing to do with this run at all. And I've been having so many issues with my stomach since like December.
Yeah.
Ask me why I thought it was smart to like eat a fire hot sauce the night before.
Oh, Katie.
Now, like I wasn't like on the verge of having to like excuse myself, but like my stomach was so swollen and irritated.
Oh.
Only imagine.
It was so dumb. But like, this is what I do. I go like 3 weeks without a stomach ache and I'm like, let me reward myself. And then I eat something that's
Stomach
going,
ache.
yeah, then I eat something that's going to kill me. So my run sucked. Start to finish.
Oh
That's
my
rough.
goodness.
And you know what? For some reason, like last week was a recovery week for me. But I don't know why I really think it's the heat and the humidity. Everything felt hard.
I get that. It's how the long runs have been, where it's just like, well, like even when I'm not like drenched and dying at the end, I'm still like, that didn't feel easy. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's just I can't complain enough about the summer heat. Like everyday me will sit by a pool. I'm good with that, but like runner me wants nothing to do with this ever. So yeah, that was my long run.
I love that adventure for you.
Thank you.
oh.
How'd everyone? So you covered your week. Did you do anything else, Mike? Did you do like strength or?
I'm doing mobility tonight. I'm gonna finish it. Well, I say finish, but I'm gonna just restart it once we're
Yeah.
finished here tonight because Kelly got me in the mindset that mobility training should be involved.
Do it
Yeah.
before you're injured. Did you guys see Strava released a new app related to mobility? Oh, and
Oh.
recovery? Okay, so if you have Strava Premium, they just launched an app called Recover that links to your Strava so it looks at what all of your activities are. And it
Mm-hmm.
does like a little self-assessment, like tell me how the areas of your body feels, like click the area that you have pain in and like rate it from 1 to 10. And then it will actually suggest recovery programs specifically related to it. I haven't done so like I just opened the app up but It's a pretty cool little thing. So like it knows that I was on my Peloton. So like it's lighting, you can't really see it, but it says great ride. And then like
Showing you like what you worked.
yeah, exactly. It's like here's a lower body stretch that you could do after your ride. And then
Oh,
it gives me like recovery programs at the bottom. Cause like I told it, my hip flexors are bothering me. So like it has a little hip flexor specific like foam roller and stretching and adduction.
That is so cool. Now, is it called Recover Athletics?
I think that is it. It'll prompt you to log in with your Strava because if you're Strava Premium, it's like the same subscription, so it's included.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Love that for
I
you.
plan to try it. I downloaded it and I filled it all out. I just haven't done
downloading it right
yet.
now.
So
This
awesome. I'm
episode is not
downloading it
sponsored by
too.
Strava.
There you go. But you know, if you want to sponsor a Strava now,
Yeah.
They know.
we have like 5
And-
listeners.
Yeah.
Who cares? All
Think of-
5 are awesome.
Think of all the fan base you'll get.
Yeah, seriously.
Man.
This is so cool.
But yeah, so that's definitely on my like want to try list related.
Yeah,
This
I just
is so
downloaded it. It's
cool.
all
I
like-
love
I don't have
this.
Strava Premium though, so is it not gonna do anything for
I
me?
don't know, to be
Find out.
perfectly honest, but also I
Learn.
think Strava just released like a family plan that from what I read, if you have 4 people on it, it's half the price of like a regular Strava subscription
Why?
because it's a family plan. I just don't
Yeah,
know.
but like,
I
wouldn't
haven't-
all of us just do that?
No, exactly. I just haven't looked into how to do it, if that makes sense. Because I did see something like if you already have a membership, you have to wait till your membership expires. I haven't figured it out yet. I just saw that it was a new thing they were offering.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's really cool though, but I feel like it'll end up like Netflix where they're like, we know you're not in the same house.
Well, we run together often. It's fine.
Yeah.
We run together
We're
sometimes.
a running family.
Yes, it's the family we chose.
Yeah,
So,
I'm so busy right now doing this.
oh no, absolutely. I get that completely. That was my reaction. I saw like the email about it this week. I was like, I like the thought of this. I like the thought of it just telling me what to do.
This is so cool. I love this.
Yeah, that was my thought as well. So Mike and I did a track session on Tuesday.
Mhm.
We did, I think 10 by 400. We did 400s, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Nice.
we did 10 by 400.
Okay.
It generally went well, I would say. We got a
Mhm.
little
Yeah, I agree.
drizzle, which was nice.
There was what?
We got a little drizzle.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't like that. You
Oh,
did.
I liked it.
I I'm not a fan of when it rains on me because then I chafe all over.
Okay.
Did I tell you guys about my weird chafe spot last week?
No, where?
I
My
don't
belly
know.
button?
Oh, you did tell us this.
I don't even understand how it happened. But yeah, I got like the tiniest little chafe mark on my belly button.
No way.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it must have been like where my
Sounds
underwear
fun.
was sitting or something.
I'm not laughing at you. It's just so random.
I'm laughing at you. Don't worry.
I used to get chafe here, not even in my armpit, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I realized that I go like this when I run.
I definitely do the same thing because I always have to body glide right here if I'm in a tank top. Otherwise, it's over.
Yeah. But mine was like lower. It was like lower than my rib cage. And I was like, it's so weird. What is it? And then I realized it was like my elbows.
Oh man.
Little shimmy on it.
Party!
Ken always is like, stop throwing bows. Like, what are you doing? Where are your elbows going?
Oh man. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys had a good track section.
Yeah. And like I was saying before, I didn't run the other times, but I did a day of upper body and some yoga, and then a day of lower body and some yoga and core that day. So I at least did other stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It's something.
Nice. Yeah, that's good.
So
That's good.
I'm going to go into some broader questions. What kind of fuel so
Ooh.
we talked about fuel a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Have you guys tried anything new? Is there something you're enjoying? What are you eating before your long runs?
Oh.
So I've been trying the salt stick tablets.
Uh-huh.
I haven't taken them on a run with me yet, though. I've been using them for other means of hydration, like just
Every day.
well, Jude and I used them when we were in Manhattan for Pokemon Go Fest because it was 9 million degrees and humid on Randall's Island. But the watermelon ones, A1. Hershey, we brought lemon lime ones, and watermelon's still my top one, but I've only tried the two flavors, so it's watermelon and lemon lime right now. But I will be bringing some
Okay,
tomorrow, so we'll see how they go on a run. But
that's awesome. They're so
I'm
good.
I'm loving them right now. They're
Yeah, they're so good. I love them so
yeah.
much.
So one of the brands related to Salt Stick, I'm trying to think of what it's called. They sell gummies too. I want to say they're called Bonk Breakers. Yes, Bonk Breaker is the name of the gummies.
Mhm.
And I just ordered those to try purely because they released a blue raspberry sour flavor.
Oh, that's when you were talking about. I remember you mentioned that you bought
Yeah, they
them
came in the mail. So I got those to try, and they have one that's OMG is the flavor, so it's orange, mango, and guava. So I'm excited to try those too.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Never even
interesting.
grape as opposed to guava, but
Well, I thought of like the Pog juice they do like at Disney where it's pomegranate or POG. Yeah, pomegranate. No, not pomegranate. Passion fruit, orange, and guava. I was like, it's so close to that. I wish it was that, but I also I'm a sucker when I order stuff from the feed and they're like, for $1, would you like to try this? Like I always say yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Um
why not?
and I had
Yeah.
gotten like the Mortal Hydration from them, which I enjoyed it. There are other flavors that I like better of other companies, but I liked it. I liked that they do like a double salted version too for like when you're like really
What is
good.
this?
Mortal Hydration.
So, so funny that, sorry, it's so funny that you say that because, I was just talking to one of my running buddies and he was like telling me how Ironman changed their like fuel sponsor to Mortal.
Mhm.
And he said it's the grossest thing he's ever tasted in his life.
So you have to like really dilute it is what I've decided. Like if you put it in a normal size pouch, it's just way too strong.
He said it was like almost like syrupy.
So I didn't like they have like a margarita flavor, salted margarita that I thought I would really like that one. And that one I was kind of like, um,
Ugh.
but I liked the mango flavor.
All right.
Okay.
But I got that one and I got LMNT or Elements. I don't know how I'm supposed to say that. It's like,
And then
okay, it's Elements. I wasn't sure if I always got to read letters when it's like an abbreviated thing. It's like I always called Verbo, VRBO. Like that's just how my brain
yeah.
processes these things. Um, and I got a sample pack of that too. And I have the mango chili flavor in my water bottle
Mhm.
right now. And it's so good. But I'm somebody that like when there are sweeteners and stuff instead of sugar, like that's all I can taste in it. So I'm
Yeah.
like the initial taste, I'm like,
Okay.
wow, I really like this. And then the aftertaste of the sweetener hits me and I'm like, ugh.
You know, it's really funny that I didn't tell you because I didn't want to break your heart. I gave up on liquid hydration like 2 years ago, and all I drink is Element.
That's fine. Yeah, because it says it, so I
But
actually
I
just
also I love salt. So like most people with an Element use what, like a 20 ounce,
yeah.
of water. I use 8. Like
Hey,
I put
I
it in
get
my
you.
8 ounce bottle. I would literally just chug it straight from the packet if it was normal. Like I love it so much.
Yeah, like I see that
Great.
the sweetener on the one that I'm eating is the stevia leaf extract, and I can just like I taste the stevia. I have the same problem with some of the Noon flavors too. Like
Oh,
the
really?
Noon instant I liked, but the other powdered one that they do that's in tubes,
Yeah.
I don't like because I can taste the sweetener on
Like
it.
the aftertaste stays with you.
Yeah, like I know that there are like benefits to doing the artificials or not. I don't know, is stevia even an artificial one? I know there are benefits of stevia versus sugar versus all that, but I don't like the taste of stevia. It's the problem that I have.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. If it's not your preference, then you're not going to enjoy that.
It just sucks because like the initial flavor, I'm like, wow, this is so good. And then I sit here for 5 minutes, like,
Yeah.
You
you
learn,
know,
you learn what it,
like that's good, but it's the kombucha meme.
I
Yes.
I got the Element sparkling, are they called sparkling waters or seltzers? I got the Element, hold on, I'm looking it up. I got it today. Sparkling electrolyte water.
Okay.
It is so good.
Is it sweet?
But I also love Element.
No, that's totally fair.
Huh?
I'm curious to see what that
They're
one's.
so good. They're so refreshing. Like after a run, like, sat down, cracked one open today, felt so good. They have like a high amount of sodium, just like the packets. But
Uh-huh.
today I drank grapefruit salt,
That's interesting.
10 out of 10.
I will say,
Really
when you
good.
said electrolyte sparkling water, um, frequently when I want electrolytes, I'll go to my Noon tablets and I'll just throw them I'll pour some seltzer into a cup and I'll just drink it in the seltzer because it
I mean,
dissolves,
I'm
it
guessing that
dissolves
this
10
is,
times faster in the seltzer than it does in water. So
Like
it's really good.
yeah, and
all I can think of when you say that is how you told Dennis about this.
Oh
And
yeah, I did tell him about
you
that.
told Dennis about this, and Dennis got a Coca-Cola and was so excited to put it into vanilla seltzer, but didn't like let it sit and just like popped it right in the bottle and it just exploded everywhere all over the house. And he was like, Mike said he drinks it this way.
I do.
It made such a mess. I was like an eruption.
I have had zero issues with seltzer and tablets.
Now he's very
that's so
prudent
funny.
about like giving it time to breathe before it goes in any sort of bottle because he drinks it like that all the time now. But
Yeah. No, I mean, I
That's
don't put it into the bottle of seltzer or can of seltzer. I pour it into a cup first.
yeah,
Like, I'm not
right.
gonna break it up and put it in here. That's gonna,
Yeah.
that's where the explosion would happen.
yeah, yeah,
But
Like the bottle cap trick from when we were little.
yes.
They
yes,
put a bottle cap in like the Coke.
yes, exactly, exactly. Oh,
Um, I tried today. I tried a BPN gel.
I don't even know what that
Have you
is.
guys?
I haven't heard of that brand.
So BPN, I heard about it like a few years ago from one of the people on the endurance team. I never really thought about it again. And then Ken, I think they started making gels fairly recently. I want to say like within the last maybe 2 years. I think they were powders first, and that's all they did. But Ken gave me one today to try, and it was 24 grams of carbs, which like is that good? I
It's
feel
not
like my other
bad.
ones are higher.
I feel like most of the time it's like 30
Um,
in a typical gel.
okay, yeah, because I felt like it was like a little on the lower side compared to what I'm used to. Um,
Okay.
but the flavor was cinnamon apple. And I think because I got so used to Spring Energy and how good their awesome sauce was that like the second I saw apple, like I expected it to taste like that. It didn't.
Um,
But it wasn't bad. I don't know if I'll be returning to it.
yeah,
What, Cal?
yeah, I just disagreeing.
Oh yeah, I don't know if it's like worth returning to. And I also tried the cis beta.
Oh, what did you think of that?
Have you guys tried?
Not the
I
beta
don't know.
one.
Like I'm diehard cis. I love cis. I always have. It's been my favorite gel since like 2019. The caffeinated and non-caffeinated have been fine. I use the beta, which is like a higher carb content, I
Yeah.
believe. Um, I used it for my track workout yesterday, and I wasn't loving it. It like I never like throw up from a gel, but like I can tell how I feel hours after I take a gel if the gel agreed with me or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get
And
that.
like I didn't feel good after. Like I just didn't feel like my stomach felt a little sour, like it felt kind of gross. So I'm not sure it's for me.
That's
I
fair.
feel
Okay.
like I should stop experimenting and just use what I know.
I relate to that. I actually just ordered a bunch of Huma because I just used to use Huma all the time before I played the game. Like, cause I think I started like everybody else where you start with Goo because that's the one that's like the most
The mainstream
like the
one.
easiest one to find. If you go
Yeah.
like to REI, you're gonna find Goo. And then I tried Hammer or not maybe it was Cliff Gels were a thing at the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just kind of like worked through all different ones and eventually found Huma and I like Huma and it generally works for me. It's just expensive. That's why I think I continue to try other brands.
I know. And also like at some point, I feel like we all get to a point with our training where we start saying like, but are these doing anything for me? Like, have I taken too many where they don't work anymore? You know, like, I feel like that's why I end up trying other things and I always end up going back to cis anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had bought a bunch of cysts recently just because it was on sale for like $1 a gel, and I was like, this is what's gonna be at Chicago. It's easiest if I like the cyst and will use the cyst.
Hold on, is it on the course?
I thought it was. Maybe I'm lying to you.
This?
no, if it is, that's great because that's I'm not against them. So they don't
Because
disagree with
I'm
my
pretty
stomach.
sure, I think last year it was goo.
What's it? We're looking at fish.
I have Gatorade.
I could be totally wrong, but I
Oh.
know that like
Huh, it's actually
one of my,
which is
what
surprising.
is it?
Morton.
Oh, it's Morton.
It's
Oh,
Yeah.
Morton?
Yeah.
I haven't
okay.
tried that and everyone says it's like,
It's
could really
goopy.
cause some stomach issues.
It's
Okay, so you should try that then. That way you know if you
okay.
can grab
But
it on
wait,
ice day.
wait. Let me put
Yeah,
this out there though, because Morton was the official one for Berlin. Also, they
Uh-huh.
didn't give any out on the course. The hydration that they gave out, the water, like instead of having Gatorade out there, they had like the energy drink.
No,
Of
so I'm
So I don't
on
know if
the
that
website.
Chicago's gonna be different, but that's what, because I tried a Morton because I saw Morton was the official for Berlin. There was zero of them, of
right.
course.
So Gatorade is the hydration. So it's
Oh,
Gatorade.
so
Okay,
Morton's gonna be
Yeah.
the more.
Yeah.
Okay,
okay.
so Kelly, you tried it, right?
Yeah, so I like the way it feels, but I don't like the texture of it. Like it's definitely like a gaggy gel.
It's
I
it's
heard
a
it's like super jelly.
It's
it's
like
like
jelly,
it's the consistency of
exactly.
like grape jelly, but zero flavor. I
Well,
had
see,
the
I feel
direct.
like it has
It's
like
so gross.
I feel like you get
It's
like
like
the
you. It's
after
literally that's the epitome of eating a gel.
I
Like
feel
please,
like
not Morton gel.
you get like the aftertaste of like burnt sugar, if that makes
I
sense.
didn't even
Oh,
I didn't even
really?
have an aftertaste. I don't remember it. It was just I'm like
I don't know if I
and
hate
of
it.
course I hope it's not. I packed extra honey stingers just in case with me on the course. I was like, I'm gonna die if that's what's on there. I will throw up.
Well, and on that note of
Yeah.
throwing up, I'm away from you guys before I puke.
Blech.
AKA we're out of time.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All
Been a
Well,
right,
pleasure.
guys. Another week. Hopefully we'll be like a little bit more alive next week. Who knows?
you never know.
Fingers crossed.
You never
Thanks,
know what it's
Jess.
I'll
gonna
probably be
bring.
less.
Good luck on everybody's runs.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye.